Healthy competition. We all know that competition creates immense stress. Anything that creates stress is in conflict with our basic nature of love, peace, and happiness. To justify our focus on competition, however, we have coined the term healthy competition. What we imply through this is an act where we don't intend to harm our competitor, but use their performance to motivate ourselves to perform better. Yet harm it inevitably causes to ourselves and in multiple ways. Energizing the competitor. The concept of depending on another for our growth is far removed from the basic essence of human growth and development, which is triggered from inside. By focusing on our competitors, their potential and their performance, we energize them. If we use the same energy to determine our goals, build confidence in ourselves, and to do what is required to achieve them, we will be making a more constructive use of our energies. Once we understand this, we will stop forcing our children to compete. By focusing on the achievements of our friends' children and on the peers of our children, we end up wasting our energies. It could be better utilized in ascertaining the areas of interest for our children and helping them develop their full potential. Besides, through our own behavior, we can also effortlessly teach our children to focus on their own performance rather than on comparisons with others. Every time test sheets would be distributed in class after the teacher had marked them, the prime question in Abhinav's mind would be whether Sonal's marks were more than his. If he would learn that she had got even half a mark less than him, he would instantly be at peace, only till it was time for another test. This knowledge would make him rejoice and demonstrate a sense of pride in his behavior. Scoring more than Sonal also meant being the top scorer in the class, as hardly ever did any student get more marks than both of them. On the other hand, scoring less than her would make him feel miserable beyond consolation. It was a common knowledge amongst his classmates that his life would be miserable at home if he failed to get the top score in class. Some parents derive a sense of pride if their child tops the class. More than this, it is essential for the self-respect of some parents that their child tops in academics. Getting the top score in class isn't necessarily equivalent to being the best. Abhinav's focus was to somehow get more marks than everyone else. He was being conditioned to accept himself only if he performed better than those around him. Always focusing on being better than others, he would never be able to learn to really be his best, as he would never be able to realize what his interests really are. Doing all this out of fear of his parents might actually make him grudge his parents later in life. Spending one's growing years under such pressure and in anxiety would keep many of the neural connections of his brain from being activated. Let's look back at the times when we were students and try to remember what equations existed between the classmates based on their academic performances. It can be very enlightening to realize how wrong some of those perceptions had been. Most of our classmates from those times are well settled in their lives and doing well in their respective fields. Differences do exist in lifestyles and environments, but all that is a part of our karma, the destiny we have created for ourselves to experience during this lifetime. The only way to improve upon what we have created for ourselves is to take each step with awareness and positive attitude. If we practice this ourselves, we naturally teach our children to do so too. Trying to pressurize our children to perform better by giving examples of their fellow students can only prove counterproductive to their overall growth, which is what matters in the long run.